Hey, what's up guys? So this is a quick video about my Leatherman super tool and the modifications I made to it. This was the first multi-tool I got that I actually bought, that I actually like researched and tried to figure out which tool I should get, and went down the rabbit hole. I've had like cheap ones here and there, and they always felt like, okay, this is obviously a gimmick. So this is the first one I got, and this has kind of changed my mind on multi-tools. In general. I carried it on my hip for like the longest time. It's been a while since I carried this, so I gotta remember what I did to it. Here's the serrated blade that saved my butt one time with the serpentine belt. The can opener comes with this. The owl comes with this. The micro thing, I believe it's from a Leatherman Wave, and I guess it's for eyeglasses or whatever. But I only ever used it to like poke things, and it worked great for that. And then I got the scissors. I believe they're also from a Wave, and I didn't modify any of the tools to make it fit. They just happen to fit. I think like maybe the scissors or something don't lock very great. But they're still usable, so I never had a problem with it. And there's their file. And then we got the saw. They came with the tool, worked very nice. The Phillips head, which I think is like, this is like my favorite Phillips head style. I don't like the 2D ones. This one just works so great. I don't know why. It works almost like a regular screwdriver, because you put it on the end and then you close it up, and it gets into so many spots that the bit driver with just a little thing, sometimes, especially with toys, there's like the screws are deep set and doesn't fit. This one's like my favorite one. And it originally came with like 3 flathead screwdrivers, and I thought it was a little ridiculous, but the Leatherman knew what they were doing, because each one worked good for what it was, for what it needed to be. But I ended up keeping the smallest one. I like it because it fits in like thermostat screws, thermostat wiring, like those little screws. It fits in there. This flathead, I kept it, and these are wire strippers. And I believe they're from SOG multi-tool. I don't know which one. I don't remember. It's when I went down the rabbit hole, and this was a while ago, so I don't remember. But I saw it and I was like, I want that. And to be honest, it doesn't work great. It works good like on stranded wire, but on like a solid core, like I feel like it's a size off. Like it's a size too big, so it doesn't cut the wire all the way to the thing. It doesn't cut the insulation all the way down to the wire, and it just makes it hard to strip. And then if you go like one smaller, then you're kind of cutting, and you're starting to cut into the actual copper, which you don't want to do. So it's more show than go, but I really wanted to do that just because I couldn't help myself. I had to tinker around. And this is kind of what led me to getting the GOAT multi-tool, because they're like, well, if you like to tinker around, you could just pop the little lever and take whatever tool you want out of this and put a new one in. With this one, I had to do some hunting I had to do some research to see which tools would fit without me having to modify them. One thing about these Leathermans, they love to sell you little sprockets that take these little screws off, these little cross sprocket and little wrenches and stuff like that. And I mean, get your money, whatever, sell whatever you gotta sell. I'm not gonna knock it, but literally any pair of screws or any pair of pliers will take these off. You just grab it from the side and undo it. Like, it's not, you don't need a special tool for it. But it was kind of a pain to take these off, not lose any of the washers, which I did. I'm pretty sure I lost 1 or 2 washers. Those washers are tiny. As soon as you drop them, they blink out of existence. And you know, it was a hassle to take it out, put the tools you want on the either on here or on the stem, and line it up and make sure the washers don't fall out, and put the other screw in on the other, and then, you know, hold this one and screw this one. If you're curious, if you're trying to take this off, the one that turns is the one on the blade side. So don't try to loosen this one, because it's part of the stem. You gotta try to loosen the one that's on the side of where the blade is. So it'd be on this side, it'd be this one, and then on this side it'd be this one. But yeah, it led me down the rabbit hole of modifying my multi-tools and stuff like that. The one thing I didn't get for this that I remember I wanted to get before I stumbled upon the goat tool was that little voltage tester that comes with it. And it comes with it's a little voltage tester. I'm sure you've seen it. It's like just a little tiny computer, and it tests the voltage, and it goes into the bit driver, holder, whatever. And I believe I have one. Yeah, here it is. So for a while, instead of having the Phillips screwdriver, I switched it out for this one, for the bit holder. But also it was their proprietary bit holder, which I don't like. Why are you making it difficult with proprietary bits? I get it, like space, and everybody loves to buy the little packets with all the little ones, and I guess like it's your money, do whatever you want. I ended up buying this one off Amazon, and it's definitely not Leatherman brand, because for some reason these and people would buy them and resell them and stuff. So, but I put this on, and then I would just use any of my bits. I put this little paper here because I glued magnets in here to hold the bits, and I've had like problems when I stuff it in here, like a little screw will go in there and get stuck, and I had to pry it out. So I put a little piece of paper here just to stop stuff from falling in there. And again, I put this back on there because this is superior. It just goes in, even though it's only just one, it fits in where this one will not fit. So like this, I'm kind of even like halfway considering like finding a way to get something like this on my goat multi-tool, just because I love this thing so much. I got a bunch of other bits. I took out the lanyard holder from the Leatherman. Hold up. I took that out because I didn't have enough space for it. And when I went to buy like the wave parts, it's also around the time everything just all the Leatherman stuff just started getting expensive for no reason. So I ended up finding like luckily the wave it's not that rare of a multi-tool, so I was able to find somebody selling like just parts on eBay. You know, people just sell the individual parts. I think a lot of people, if they have a multi-tool and if it's like a Leatherman like this expensive, they could just if they get it, say they get it for free, they could just sell it, you know, because they find it, or they get it really cheap at some garage or something. It's actually, it might make you more money to take it apart and sell the parts by itself. Because I really wanted the pry bar from the 300M, which is like the military one. It has a little pry bar, and I really wanted that one. That's one I also left off on wanting. It just looks so nice. It looks so like thick. I wanted it on this, but on eBay, they were going for like $50 for just that little pry bar part. And I just couldn't justify that, and then I got the goat, and I was like, oh, I stopped worrying about fixing this one up. And yeah, that's what it is, guys. You could, you know, if you have patience and you have a little know-how, you could just modify your Leatherman. You could modify anything you want, you know, with enough will. But that's what makes this one so great, that you just pop the lever and you could take the tool off and put a new tool on, and and with no fuss, no muss. This is like a 3D. I printed this on 3D printer. It's like a little bit. It's the same as the Leatherman's proprietary bit holder. It's the same little thing. So it would fit on here, and I could use this like that. And this was when I was still working out like how I wanted to carry my stuff. And I made a leather pouch for this, a leather holster, and I put it on my hip. And then I was also considering, you know, carrying this with just regular, like a little bit kit of regular stuff, this next to it, or something like that. But I realized that bit kits and any kind of extra accessory is not for me. It's not easy for me to carry. If I had to put this on my hip, and it's bulky from this, because the reason why I made my own leather sheath is because all the ones that I would find online, they all had like the loop for the flashlight, the loop for the bit kit, the extra flap, and I really wanted something to be as slim and portable as possible. So I just made a really simple one, because if you start adding this and you start adding a bit kit, it puts a little bit of friction between me and grabbing this tool and using it every day. And just that little bit of friction is enough for me to not carry it today, something like that. So that's why I love this. That's why I love the goat. And I don't carry a bit kit or anything. And because of that reason, I carry this every day, 24/7. It's on me all the time. And that's more valuable than having the whole bit kit, having the whole mechanics set and not carrying it and leaving it at home. So for me, I prefer to have just a single tool, no extras, because I'm probably not want to carry it one day, and that's the day I'm gonna need it. So this one, there's no extra weight. There's no doesn't have to go on my hip, because this one went on my hip, and since I'm a handyman, it worked fine. I take it to work all day. But if I had to go somewhere outside of work, I didn't really feel like carrying a whole sheath with a multi-tool. It was just too dad mode for me. So I would leave it at home. When I got home from work, I would take it off and I wouldn't wear it. But this one, it's just in my pocket all the time and doesn't go anywhere, and it's there when I need it. But yeah, guys, that's it. When I got that part, those extra parts, it came with you know, it was like a little baggie full of different tools from Wave. So I have like an extra flathead. I have an extra little one. I got an extra can opener. I got the big kit driver. I believe I got an extra blade. I got an extra blade from it, and that's when I think since then prices have gone up and everyone's trying to resell everything that is Leatherman. Anything Leatherman related, people are trying to resell it. Anything Craftsman. Since Craftsman stopped producing stuff in America, now people want to sell old made in America Craftsman tool. They want to sell them for like snap-on prices. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like, I get that, you know, the nostalgia of having a time gone by of America made Craftsman tools, but you're just money hungry, dude. Like, it's still Craftsman. It's still not, it wasn't top of the line back then. It's not top of the line now, just because even if when it was made in America, it wasn't top of the line. It's always been consumer products, you know what I mean? It's never been a professional kind of snap-on Matco kind of tool that holds its value. The only reason why people are charging that much now is because I guess some people are willing to pay for it. So that's on them. I have a lot of Craftsman tools. I have some old ones. I have a lot of made in America stuff, but I use it, you know, and I beat on it, and that's the way I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm not gonna try to sell them off to the highest bidder and stuff like that, but that's just me. But yeah, those were my Leatherman mods, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. My goat. Totes my goats. See you guys next time.